We're live.
We are.
Or now we are at least.
Oh, there we go. Some notifications.
We're live. Great. And not in the U.S. for the first time
we
ever.
are not in the U.S. We're now in Israel. We're now in Israel, so that's kind of exciting. But
Yes.
it's also very tiring. It took a lot to get the show going, so we really hope you guys appreciate it. The other thing is we're
3,000 miles away.
Yeah, we're
from most of our viewers.
That's true. The other thing is we're going to do a slightly shorter show than usual today. It's probably going to be at 30, 40 minutes-ish.
It's 11:30, and we have to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
So timing is difficult in this case because we're in like totally
we're committed to you
different part
viewers.
of the world. And so that's, I'm sorry, we can't really, if we streamed at 7 o'clock p.m. for you guys, that would be 2 a.m. for us. And we have to wake up at 6 tomorrow for a backpacking trip. So not going to happen. So we're doing it at 11:30 tonight. So that's what's going to happen. But we have an exciting show planned for you guys today.
Absolutely.
Including
more juicy news.
Yeah, including Dell has announced his first HDR monitor, which is super exciting. Plastica credit card has gone bankrupt from their Kickstarter.
Yes, and Apple DMV documents show they are working on self-driving cars, some patents and stuff.
Yeah, so all that and more in this week's show, and now the intro.
Weird intro noises. Yep. Cool intro without audio. One day it'll be fixed, but not today.
Not today. Yeah, don't expect anything that's broken right now to be fixed until like
2 months from now.
Yeah, midsummer. At some point. All right. There we go.
Also, we haven't discussed whether or not we're going to do Spin Up Show over the summer. Spin Up Show might be.
Why is my scene transition set to cut? I don't want that.
Spin Up Show might be postponed for the summer.
Yes, it will be.
Spin Up Show might be postponed for the summer. That's all right.
Let's
this week for NAI.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we have 2 new articles.
Oh yeah, one. Sorry, I kind of incorrectly put them in.
We won't have 2 new articles. It's
I
been
think we
rough.
We might.
We've had one article this week.
I will try to have another article.
We've had an article this week, and that was Zach's experience with the HTC Vive.
Pretty cool.
I'm begging you, don't stay up and write an article. We have to be up early tomorrow. Don't, because it'll make me feel bad. We'll have more articles. Please understand that this is rough for us. We have to balance everything. But along with other than that, we have a new video, which is our first vlog ever about the MIT Swap Fest.
And if you like vlogs, what's our video next week? I know it's some vlogging type.
Pebble potentially.
No,
However,
Pebble
that requires a lot of work in.
Pebble will be 2 weeks from now. So
Yeah.
we get 2 weeks to work on the Pebble. Oh, we're gonna be on homestay. We'll have to see what we're gonna do.
We'll figure out that week's video. But
it's the vlog of how I built a teleprompter to bring on this trip.
Yes. So it'll be 2 vlogs in a row, and comment below those vlogs and let us know whether you like the vlog style.
Yeah.
Maybe do.
Cool.
Maybe don't.
And then also we have 61 subscribers on YouTube.
Very
we appreciate every single one of you. So thank you very much for subscribing.
How many views does our video? No, our channel has like 3,300 something like that.
Nice.
But what about our video about Alexa versus Home?
Oh yeah, no.
Let's take a
that one,
look at
you
that.
guys are like killing
Rocking
it.
We're
getting
I think that's because it's just a popular subject.
We're
But
getting like 70 views a day.
we're almost at 2,000 views.
1.7.
Shh.
We're at that's pretty cool. So
We have 1.788 thousand views. No. Yeah, we have 1,788 views.
Yeah. So keep watching that. You guys are doing great. And then so should we jump into the first article here?
Absolutely.
We don't have that much time today.
Yeah, we want.
Apple and Nike are releasing a limited edition Apple Watch Series 2, and the original article here is from The Verge Circuit Breaker. That's what it's gonna look like. Pretty cool. It's like black and white and stuff, and I don't like Apple, but this kind of actually looks pretty cool, so I'm excited about that.
They can pull some things off nicely.
Yeah. So that's very cool. It's going to be called the Nike Lab. It's got like a space gray body with a white and black accent, like white band with black accents. And it's got the Nike swoosh on the back. But the band won't be sold alone. That's kind of disappointing to me because like the band looks really cool, and I wouldn't want to have.
But
to buy
then
the
they're
watch
getting
to
rid
get
of the exclusivity. RIP Mike users. They're getting rid of the exclusivity that comes with buying a Nike Apple Watch if they sell it. Alone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's kind of one of those things that you can only get the cool look if you're getting that watch.
I guess so.
Which they had the same. They had the same thing when they released the first.
Yeah. So the watch will integrate with the Nike Plus Run Club, which I guess is a thing. I don't know about it because I don't run. But
I have a friend who has the Nike Vision, but it's really not that special. It has some extra run features, some new watch, some extra watch faces. But other than that, it's just an Apple Watch.
Cool. It'll also be available in Nike Lab stores and an Apple pop-up shop in Tokyo, and it'll be available on April 27th, and we don't have the price yet.
Probably more expensive than the average.
Maybe, but probably like $50 more at most. I don't think it's got any fundamental physical differences. I think it's just software and like the way it looks, but no like special like no better like heart rate sensor or something.
Yeah. Let's zoom through these. Samsung removes the Bixby button remapping from the S8 and the S8 Plus. Nothing special. Previously remappable with accessibility service.
Wait, don't go through all the notes quickly because I want to put the article up and I'm waiting for it to load. So.
Yeah, we have below decent internet.
We have basically just good enough internet in order to
barely
stream
good enough
this.
to stream this.
So we're doing our best. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
But basically, the premise of this is that you were able to remap the Bixby button before, and now you can't. You're fixed to whatever.
And guess
Samsung
what?
chooses for you.
I
And
have
a lot of
the
people are
Galaxy
getting sick
S8
of it.
Plus. I'm about to get mine pretty soon.
You may
and
have
I'm
it shipped to
kind of
this
annoyed.
foreign country.
Yeah, so I have to see if I'm gonna get it. I really hope.
But I've heard from a lot of people that it's just an uncomfortable positioning of the button. So
I
we'll
bet
see how
it
that
is,
works out.
honestly. Yeah, and Linus often says like having them placed opposite from each other is really annoying.
And no one
You
uses
accidentally
Bixby.
press them.
Why would you use Bixby when you have Google Assistant?
I hope there's at least functionality to turn it off. Like that would.
Yeah. Well, I
so
doubt
that
they're
you
gonna
don't-
offer that. You can turn off Siri.
I know, but if you accidentally turn it on, that's like super annoying. So I really hope that there will be an option to turn it off. But anyway, so basically the way that the Bixby button used to work is that it would go through the accessibility service and then go through and activate Bixby. Now it doesn't use that. So
Tisk tisk from an Apple
what used to happen is that you could get an app that would basically remap that accessibility service task to another function before it even got to Bixby. Now you can. And Philip Byrne, a Samsung representative, has confirmed this. And apparently there's like an update, and some carriers might still be able to remap the button, but there's absolutely
How
no
does that work
promise
between
there.
carriers? Because all Apple carriers get the same
If
software
they just don't
features.
push the update.
So
Certain
carriers push
carriers
updates?
get to choose the updates sometimes. So it's up to them. Just in case you guys didn't know, we have a live viewer back there, so that's why
He's
we're-
being extremely distracting. So sit.
It's okay.
Just kidding.
But
I'm not kidding. So.
anyways, so okay, just in case Bixby wasn't bad enough already, it turns out that one of Bixby's features is currently not working on Verizon phones. So I've basically been shot in the foot twice now because
Verizon.
I have Verizon, so I don't have Amazon Bixby, and second of all, I will not be able to remap the Bixby button. So
Yeah.
Get an iPhone. No, I'm not getting an iPhone.
I know. We
You don't even
separate
want
on
an
many
iPhone.
things. So.
Okay, wait, here it is. Wait, ready?
But I will admit that Assistant is better than Siri in basically every way. So.
I'm trying to scroll down, guys. I am. Okay, there you go. Okay, cool. Anyway, so basically here's the deal. There's a service in the camera app called Bixby Vision, and basically what you could do is you could take a picture of it, of anything like that you want to buy, and it'll incorrectly guess what you want to buy and bring you to a page for that on Amazon. So
when he said incorrectly, that was a joke. It's
yeah,
meant to have incorrectly.
yeah, basically, probably not very good anyways. And it'll be probably very fun to try out on like random objects and like that aren't on Amazon and just see what it does.
Oh look, here's a chair. Wow,
Right,
Amazon. Do you want to buy cereal?
Right, yeah. So Verizon's working with Amazon to get it working, but in the meantime, they're just telling users to like
Deal with it.
go use the regular Amazon app.
Yeah. Now on to something less Samsung-y, more techy.
Samsung-y.
Dell announces their first HDR monitor. When Zach
Still
gets
trying
read
to
up,
load that article.
I'll post the link.
There's a fly flying around in here.
That's all right. And basically, the specs are, well, the name, of course, because no company can just understand that
No, actually,
consumers
Dell's
hate
pretty
naming
good.
schemes.
Dell's pretty good.
UP2718Q.
Yeah, but no, because it tells you a lot of information. So 27 is the
size.
the inches.
Yeah.
I don't know what the 18 is, and Q means it's Qul.
You literally just disproved your own point because the only two valuable numbers there were 27. I guess UP means ultra sharp, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's called the ultra sharp. Then that it's 27 inches in size, 4K at 1,000 nits, which is really bright.
But for the record, 1 nit is how bright a candle is.
Yeah.
So 1,000
This
nits
monitor
is like 1,000
is really
candles.
loud, bright. It's late. My Mac gets like 400 nits.
Really? I don't know
MacBook
what
Airs
mine
are
does.
good with that. I'm sure Dex does something around that. Laptops are usually between the 300 and 500 nit range. So this is a bright display.
Cool. It's got an HDMI DisplayPort and mini DisplayPort, and it's their first HDR-capable monitor, and it'll be $2,000 at launch on May 23rd. But when you think about it, 4K, HDMI DisplayPort,
But what
and mini
what
DisplayPort.
separates this display from some other
HDR.
Dell? Right, but I don't even know what HDR is, to be entirely honest
don't?
with you.
Okay, so basically the way that HDR works is that the dynamic
Explain
range.
to the viewers
Yeah,
and
I
me.
will. So dynamic range is what you're like the colors that you can view well at a time.
Okay.
So higher dynamic range is basically lets you see. So do you know like HDR mode on your phone?
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, the idea of HDR mode is that if you
I thought it was high definition resolution.
No. So basically, you've got
Oops, I'm the center.
So basically, here's the deal. You've got two subjects, let's say. One of them is very bright, the other one is very dark, but you want them both to be exposed well in the same photo.
I see.
So you take an HDR photo.
Oh, it's high dynamic range, is it?
Yeah, and so what HDR does is it'll expose for one of them and expose for the other and combine the two pictures.
So is this display for creators? This is a creator display.
But the other thing about HDR monitors is that and like HDR TVs and stuff is that it lets you have brighter colors and like it lets you see a bigger range of colors, which is what's important. And that's what people want. How long have we been live for?
We have been live for 6 minutes.
Really, that's it?
No, that can't be it. We've been live for longer, 10 minutes.
All right, so we'll see.
This show might be short, but that's fine.
Anyways, yeah. So no, but that like is a very interesting thing. This is kind of a problem, except that
the next article.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Some Huawei P10s are slower than others. Basically, Huawei blames a serious shortage of flash storage on some units for the slow speeds. He's getting more water. But I do remember this happening with the iPhone 7, where one model, I think one sold by AT&T, was significantly slower in terms of their network speeds. They couldn't connect as fast. You couldn't reach such high network speeds than other iPhones, which was kind of disappointing. But that seemed to blow over pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, remember,
but the
like,
comparison
the
is 250 megabytes per second compared to 750 megabytes per second read speeds.
A lot of Apple devices have had kind of weird problems, like the 4S with the whole like holding it in the wrong spot thing, and then like okay, Nadav is saying it's a 4, the iPhone 4.
It really doesn't matter though.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
problems.
Designers make mistakes. Not designers, companies make
Engineers.
Engineers, and that's just how it is. But I personally would not buy a Huawei P10.
Huawei is a lot more popular in China.
The only mid-range phone that I would
Korea,
even look into is a 3T.
It's a lot more popular in non-US markets, and today I saw a Huawei phone. So
yeah, I don't know. It's more of a Europe-Asia
basically,
thing.
they blame a serious shortage of flash storage, but like, did you read all the notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
according to a Huawei Business Group CEO, Richard Yu, Huawei would never do such a despicable thing such as cutting corners, but that there is a shortage of faster flash storage. But that's besides the point. They made a mistake. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well,
this is why I buy high-end.
Okay, here's a
phones.
question. What would you do in their case? Because this is a high-end phone. What would you do?
No, it's a mid-range. What is it, like $400?
Yeah, no, I don't know exactly. Wait, Nadav says it's $600. He says it's $6. No, I'm kidding. 600. But anyways, so here's the problem. And something I was thinking when I was writing notes for today is, what if there's a shortage of flash storage because of another phone that's going to use it?
As same thing we're having with organic LED displays, with
right.
Apple completely sucking up the world's supply of OLED panels.
And probably Samsung has enough for their phones too. But seriously, like, maybe this means something.
Is the S8 OLED?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Their phones ever since the S3
or is it
have
AMOLED?
been OLED. They're AMOLED.
So that's the Samsung branded OLED, right? AMOLED?
Yes, yeah, AMOLED. Anyways, so yeah, no, that's not very
We'll see.
good.
I would not buy a Huawei phone, but that doesn't mean others shouldn't. It's a good budget phone.
So Uber employees have spray painted a wall with #undelete.
And if you don't get this, this is coming from back when there was a trend called #delete Uber because of sexual assault allegations, numerous lawsuits.
And we've covered that on
executives
the show
leaving. Yeah, go back, watch or not. We've covered it. But now the Uber employees, I don't know if this was the right decision, but 19 men and 1 woman, they did graffiti and they spray painted just #undelete on it.
Yeah, and they tweeted pictures during the...
Do you have a picture?
Yeah, no, I think that picture that I showed on stream was...
Oh, you showed on stream? Okay, great.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like... I don't really know the politics behind the situation, and it was created with help from 1AM, which I thought meant, like, you do graffiti at 1AM, but it's actually First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Anyways, they are
they can, as long as it wasn't in an illegal place.
Right. And they're a San Francisco-based group that, quote, represents the freedom of speech through our urban art exhibitions, public murals, and experiences. So basically the point of this whole thing is to get the word out about Undelete Uber. And I suppose this is...
It's not going to catch on.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose this is just them trying to get more business back.
Is it,
maybe,
is this a planned thing? An employer planned thing? I don't know if that's how...
I don't know if it is, honestly. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in case you wanted a credit card that was made out of plastic, even though your credit card probably already is.
The Kickstarter company, Plastic Without an I credit card, they've gone bankrupt, and if you back them, you're not getting your credit card. Basically, they made $9 million on Kickstarter in 2014, and it was one card that stored up data for up to 20 cards in one card, similar to the Coin, if you've heard of it. That's also a sort of similar device, except they actually sold cards.
Can I just point out the elephant in the room, which is that they're literally a money company, and they couldn't handle money.
That's funny. Actually, yeah. We have we have 3 Verge articles in a row today. That's what happens when you don't have time for show notes.
But basically, this is kind of like fail because I don't know like what they wanted to do. I guess.
Well, basically, the team said we are disappointed and emotionally distraught. And while we know this is extremely disappointing for you, we want our backers to know that we did everything we could to make the plastic cards a reality. Which I don't know if they did everything, but they're not reality.
Here's the deal, guys. When you go into Kickstarter, you're not looking for venture capital.
No.
You're looking for a little bit of money to kickstart your business.
Right. And your backers, for the most part, know that there's no promise of them receiving the product.
And you should be expecting to get very little.
And if they really needed this to entirely fund their operation, then they made a key mistake. Although I'm sure they have financial officers that are much better at this than we are. It seems like a loss. It seems like a really kind of screw up.
$9 million.
And $9 million is a ton for Kickstarter. That's a lot for startups in general, but for Kickstarter, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Most things get like $200,000, $300,000.
Yeah. Like big successful things.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they expected if they couldn't do it with $9 million. But they said that they had like two funding opportunities, each of multi-million dollars that fell through. Probably because
how hard is it
couldn't
to,
get their
you know what?
stuff
I'm not going to
together.
say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I was going to say how hard is it to make a plastic card. Clearly it's difficult, but I think where they went wrong was manufacturing.
Probably.
I'm sure they had the product by the time that they made this money, that they just need to make refinements and actually produce it. So I think that's where they went wrong, where they couldn't make the product at a low enough price.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like this happens, but I don't know what, honestly, I don't know what they expected.
Yeah.
Okay. And,
wow, we are doing well in terms of articles and time, which means this is going to be like a 20-minute show, which is really good for us because we are dying.
Oh, you have to go to sleep.
Yeah. Okay, next article. Apple is testing a process for autonomous driving. About time. I can't wait till they get into VR, but that's another topic for another time.
Oh, no. Apple's not going to do VR for a couple of years.
No. They already have patents.
3 or 4 years it'll be at least.
Well, the thing with Apple is they only come out with tech when they know they can do well at it, which is why all their things are actually good. Like Gear VR, not great.
Oh,
when
no,
Apple releases a VR headset, it's going to be great. That's the point. They are
Gear
calling
VR
it
partnered with Oculus, you know.
I did not know about that. But
yeah, no, they're like an Oculus product now.
Very cool. So maybe it'll get better. But basically, the new system is called Apple Automated System. It controls steering, acceleration, and quote proportions of dynamic driving tasks.
I think literally it says of the dynamic driving task, which literally means driving is difficult. We're trying to make it not.
But like, here's the issue I have with self-driving. I don't know if I've expressed this on the show before, but let's make an analogy to toilets, where you were having a lot more automatic flushing toilets. There's a fly. But
where's this going?
Lots of toilets flush themselves when you leave, right? But
yeah.
So you get so used to that you never even think about flushing a toilet anymore because it just happens. You go to someone's house.
What about at your house, though?
You go to someone's house. Your house has an automatic toilet everywhere.
What?
You go to someone's house.
My house doesn't have an automatic toilet.
This is a theoretical scenario.
Okay. I'm like, I've got a manual, so I press the button.
You don't press the buttons anymore. You get so used to not flushing your toilet because it just happens for you that you just forget about it. And you go to a friend's house, and you don't flush their toilet because you need to manually flush the toilet. This is what driving is going to become. People are going to not know how to drive, and that concerns me because when something happens and self-driving falls through, something happens.
It's going to be forever until you won't need a license. Just so you know.
I don't know.
It will be. I mean,
but it will happen, and I want people to be just as good at driving as they are now in 10 years when most cars have built, or 10, 20 years when most cars have built-in self-driving.
But here's the thing, is once it gets so good, I don't think there are going to be friends' houses who don't have, like, electric toilets.
What about...
You don't want an electric toilet.
What happens when stuff hits the fan and cars explode. Another topic for another time. But back onto this.
I just think it's unlikely.
Yeah, most cars are electronic nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
Bye, live viewer. Our live viewer is leaving. That's how boring Spin Up is.
Studio audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Most cars have some kind of electronic components in them anyway.
That's true.
Basically, the cars used for testing will include consumer car game equipment, such as race wheels and pedals, if the driver needs to take over. Yeah, so it will not be an entirely
Apple
built...
buying from the competitor.
Apple buying from the competitor. But that's like, what they're saying is you will not have a full-on steering wheel and pedals. It will be iffy. But they currently have permit to test 3 Lexus 2015 Lexus RX 450.
RX 480s.
RX 450. Did we put the new Ryzen 5 series on the show notes? We can talk about it briefly after. Basically, these are hybrid SUVs.
I have not been keeping up with tech news at all.
And 6 drivers. I have. Basically, let's do it. Okay, Google also uses a car. Besides the point, Apple's getting self-driving. That's all you need to know. That's all we know. Let's touch on the release of the Radeon 500 series.
Oh, and there was some topic before the show that you wanted us to cover.
Yeah, Wonderlist. We'll cover that too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So basically, AMD released not Vega. We're excited for Vega. I'm getting itchy. I want Vega. But that's besides the point.
Are you going to buy it?
Potentially. I might think about doing an all AMD build. But they released their 5 lineup. So you now have the RX 580, 570, 516, 550.
Nice.
But it's the same architecture. And
yeah, we should have an article about that.
Yeah, probably. I'll write something.
Cool.
Maybe. Basically, it's just more unlocked cores. Nothing special.
Yeah.
You're really not getting that much of a speed boost. Some of the prices are dropped, and they have like the 560 and the 550, which are 1050 Ti competitors of the sort.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry. Are you commandeering my computer?
No, I was just looking for a second. Wait. Oh, this mic.
Yeah. So that's that.
Okay. So
wait. Let's do Wonderlist now while we're off topic.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Basically, there's a platform that we use called Wonderlist. It's a shareable to-do list application, and we use it for show notes. We use it for videos. I use it for homework. I use it for packing. And Microsoft, the big company owned by started by Bill Gates. Microsoft owns them, and they
know that one.
You know that one. And Microsoft decided to shut down Wonderlist. Poopy.
Thanks, Microsoft. We love you.
But now they do have another to-do platform called To-Do. So original. But this means we'll have to migrate everything, which is just going to be a pain.
I hope they provide an easy way to migrate.
I don't think they will.
I mean,
it's a completely new application.
Here's the thing with Microsoft.
No similarity, because Wonderlist was a thing before Microsoft.
Microsoft is kind of like an amoeba. They're like, what's our biggest competitor in this area right now?
Buy them.
Let's buy them and shut them down. There we go. More business.
Similar to what happened with Fitbit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about tech companies now, and I actually saw a really cool infographic recently of airlines and how they keep merging, and there's so many less things now because they all just keep merging and getting eaten up by each
Southwest,
other.
we beat our competition, not our customers.
Okay.
Did we talk about the United scandal on the show?
It's not a tech news item.
Right.
We're not a news show. This week on Channel 7 News, we'll go to you, Alex.
No. Yeah, you're right.
That's not us.
Everyone's talking about United, so I just kind of came to mind. Read about it. That's
okay,
not our category.
YouTube says it has fixed the problem of filtering LGBTQAI+ content in restricted mode.
I asked him not to say that. Besides the point.
The original article here is from TechCrunch, our favorite website for tech news. I don't know if it's our favorite.
We
like it.
Diversify.
We get a lot of stuff from
Basically, they used to filter LGBT content in restricted mode. Now they don't. World's changing. Last month, the problem was discovered, and YouTube claims.
By the way, it was an accident. They never did that on purpose.
Well, their algorithms must have picked it up.
Right. So they fixed that now. Plus, now there's going to be a forum that creators can fill out when they think something is inappropriately excluded. Basically, the point of this, the original point of this, was to. I think I have a quote about this. I don't know if I do, but basically, last month it was discovered. They fixed it now. They filtered out a same-sex wedding ceremony. There's no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
No problem with filtering it. There's no problem with not. there's nothing
there's no
inappropriate
problem
about
with
it.
that video.
Right, there's no problem with that video
YouTube
being
is
on restricted
even
mode.
people who disagree with it. YouTube is a platform for open free
Right.
speech. Although
And it's not
it's kind of
inappropriate.
moving away from that lately, but that's a topic for another subject, maybe a video. We'll see.
Yeah.
Though YouTube is moving more towards censored things, and changing their ads and everything, it's still reasonable to have freedom of speech on YouTube as
And like
a platform.
any platform, it's gonna adjust and change over time.
Yeah.
But basically, there's a blog post on the YouTube creator blog that I thought I had opened up, but apparently I didn't. That fly is driving me nuts.
Yeah. Well, we'll be out of here soon.
So this is on the YouTube creator blog, and they said it's basically they explain a lot more about how restricted mode will work, which I think is very important because it's something that I think algorithms like this are not generally described very much. So having them be described.
Well, if
is
they
very
were, well, there's a reason because they're corporate secrets.
Yes, to an extent, but at least the general ideas of how they work, I think, is very important. Because people should know, like, why isn't their content either being shown or, like, just why is their content not the way they are looking for it to be. All right, and now for our last article of the week. The Moto Z2 Play has officially been leaked.
Another phone. This is mid-range, right? Looks like it might be mid-range.
Buffalo. And let me just load up the picture in addition because...
Yes. Wait, there's a leaked image?
Yes.
Or just leaked spec?
Yeah, no leaked image.
That's nice.
I'll open that up momentarily.
Again, you guys know I wouldn't buy this phone, but yeah, whatever.
Here it is. This is a picture of the phone, and actually just let me give credit where credit is due. Here's the site on TechnoBuffalo.
I already sent out the link. Basically, the home button is redesigned to look more like a G5 or a G5 Plus, and
as you can see here, it also kind of looks like a squished Galaxy.
Sort of, but the interesting thing is the home button will actually support swiping gestures, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we haven't seen that on other phones.
And they'll keep the large battery because it's a play phone. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
And it'll still have Moto Mod support. Also, I mean, those are both two things that are.
Did Moto Mods really catch on? Because I saw them, but like
yeah.
I've never seen someone with one.
I don't think I have either, but I think in the general like. Okay, here's the overall problem with modularity in phones. It takes up a ton of space.
Yeah.
And in a device where space is literally the #1 priority.
People want
a
portable
small phone.
devices.
Right.
And when you have an optical zoom lens camera attachment, that takes up like
a lot.
So people
I mean things like that, like that's why Project Ara failed and that's why other things will. But Moto Mods were a great answer to that, where you literally don't need to have anything extra in the phone itself, but all that extra stuff that they need to put in to make it modular can all go into the Moto Mods, which might make them more expensive, but it also makes your phone a lot smaller.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see where that might go.
And it'll include the front-facing flash like last year. Again, it's a play phone. That's the important part, and it's a phablet. And the speculated launch date is Thursday,
phablet
June
is a
8th.
phone tablet.
Yeah.
You guys.
Thursday, June 8th.
Thursday, June 8th. We'll see. Actually, that's the day we'll be flying. But we'll cover it in Spanish after.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, we can always cover that when we get home.
Yeah. That's all we have for today, actually.
Yeah, how long have we been streaming for?
Like a decent 25, 30 minutes.
Cool.
That's 25, but it's longer.
Nice. All right, so I think it's almost midnight where we are right now. So we're gonna head off to bed now. And we can't make any promises about the show next week. And actually, right now
it'll be iffy because these accommodations right now will be the best for this trip. We will not get any better.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for a week, but not really.
We'll have to see.
So.
Anyways,
we're streaming over data.
Yeah, so I have this is tech news. I got a phone plan for $100 unlimited data for the whole trip. So I'm streaming over data because it's better than our hotel's Wi-Fi.
Yeah. The upload's like 0.05 megabytes per second.
But on my phone, it's like 5 megabytes. So that's why we've done that. So that's basically it for today's show. And we will do our best to have more content, videos every week.
Articles, videos.
We will do absolutely our best. Besides that, we hope to see you soon on a
roll the outro. I can't believe I just did that. Roll the outro.
We're gonna do it anyways. Here goes the outro.
Roll the outro.
Why? Spin up show. Spin up show.
So
spin up show. Spin up show. It's gonna be the coolest show for Newton. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tired, guys.
We're all exhausted.
Yeah, and then okay. Spin up show, and we will see you guys next week. Hopefully, we'll do our best. We promise.
See you next week on Noon Improved.
Yeah.